G'day there everyone, it's Daniel Anderson here. Now we have a new agent in town and it has just been released and it is called the Knowledge Agent in SharePoint. So by the end of this video, you are going to see what this agent is, what its capabilities are, and how you could potentially use it in your organization. So let's get stuck into the video. There are a few little things that do need to happen first because it is in preview. You do need to opt in and enable it. So to get started and to do that, I'm going to direct you to this page here. And we can see that to get started with this knowledge agent, we do need to have a few things in place. There are a few prereqs first. We've got some role definitions for site access. So site owner, content manager, content creator, and content consumer. Now, to enable this knowledge agent, we do need to run a little bit of PowerShell, all right? So we do need to have the SharePoint Online Management Shell of this particular version or higher. And then we do need, and there's some example or some sample commands here that we do need to run. So we connect to our admin site, we set the SBO tenant knowledge agent scope onto all sites, and we are then good to go. You'll also see down here, we can enable the knowledge agent on all sites except specified sites as well. So I've already gone ahead and enabled this in my tenant across all sites. So if I flick over to this site here, we can see in the bottom right-hand corner, we do have a little SharePoint floating icon down here. And this is where we open our knowledge agent. Now we can see that we've got a few options for us to do, right? So we've got, I'm on a particular page here, so I can summarize this page, I can ask a question, I can then also improve this site, and I can also create a new page. So if we take a look at summarize this page, the panel is going to slide out from the right-hand side. It's going to read the contents of this page, and I will get a summary of this page. So we can see that there's a bit of content on this page, and this was just created from one of the brand new templates that we do have inside of SharePoint. So we can see here, here's the page, and I've got my summary of the page. It's still writing, still researching, and looking at the data. So I'm just going to close this down. So that's summarizing the page. I'll open my knowledge agent again. I can ask it a question, all right? So you can see here, similar to other SharePoint agents, we can interact with this and ask questions on the page. Now, I can also click on improve this site. So let's have a look and see what happens here. So improve this site, it's going to run a couple of things, right? So you can see that I can retire inactive pages, and it's also had a look at fixing broken links. Now, let's have a look at that on an actual site that has been around for a little while, all right? So I'm gonna drag this site over, all right? So this is a project site. We've got a number of different libraries in here. So I'm gonna open my knowledge agent and I'm gonna click on improve this site. So we're going to have a look at this, and look at the top here. I've got retire inactive pages, and I've got 5 suggestions. So I'm going to expand this. So we can see I get a listing here, or little cards of pages that I might want to look at to retire. All right, so I can say retire, and when I hover over this, you can see this is going to deprioritize this page from search, Copilot, and agent. Direct links will still work, and you can restore the page at any time. I can also delete this. I can view the page, and I can snooze this suggestion for 2 weeks. All right, or I can click this little drop down and I can say don't show this again. So we can see down here that I've got my pages, right? So let's what we'll do is let's view this page, the second one, the new virtual meetings policy. So I'm going to view this page. The panel stays open and I can view the page on the left-hand side. So let's go through and retire this page. So I'm going to click on retire, and wheels are spinning, we've now deprioritized. So you can see I get a warning message up here. This page is not being maintained. The content may be out of date because I have retired this, all right? So when we retire a page and go through that process, it actually removes the page from search and also agent visibility. Now there's a little property as well. So if I'm just going to open up the Pages library here in another tab, and we'll see another column that is actually added to the Pages library. All right. Now that is a column called is retired. So if I jump into the contents and I'll go down to my site pages and let's have a look. So you can see there's a column here called is retired. And if I scroll down here, this is just a little tick box, right? So I can select this, all right? And let's have a look at the information and we'll have a look at the properties of this, all right? So we'll scroll down here, is retired. I can actually turn that off. All right, so I can also bring this back to life. All right, so if I go back now into my site, into my 365 project, I'm on this page and I hit refresh, we will see that our banner has gone away. All right, so it's now unretired, if you say. All right, so that's retiring a page. So let's jump back to the home page and we can see the panel stays open, all right, which is really, really good. And we can take some more actions if we wanted to, right? So under the improve this site, if I scroll down, we can find content gaps, but there hasn't been any content gaps added here, okay? Or we can fix broken links, but there were no broken links found in this site either, okay? All right, now let's come back to my communication site. I'm gonna close the panel down and I'm going to jump into a document library this time. So when we're in our document library, a few things change, right? You can see I still have my little SharePoint floating icon down the bottom here and I can open. Now the context changes. So now I'm in a document library. Now this document library doesn't have any metadata, right? So think of your libraries where we don't have any structure and we want to try and start to organize our document libraries. So I am going to select organize this document library. Now, a new experience appears, okay? So you can see here that I get a visual of my library, but what this agent is doing is recommending some columns, some autofill columns that would help me structure my library. So based on these documents, Copilot has recommended that we add a product type, key feature summary, and also an admin fee percentage. Okay, you can also see that I've got a few additional options here, right? So you can see I can add a column, I can select a file and click this button for a more accurate suggestion, okay? And I can also chat to the agent, which I'm doing right here. All right, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to save my changes. Now, do we want to save our changes to the current view or do we want to create a new view? I just want to save it to this current view and I will hit save. Now, when I go back to my library, we can see that I've got my new columns that have been added. Now, what's happening behind the scenes here? Well, we're using this is using autofill columns and I'm going to add 2 more columns to view here. We can see, actually, I'm going to hide this one. We can see the processing status and you can see that it's in progress, but you can see that these are now starting to populate with some data. So I've got our product type that's been recommended by the contents of the documents. I've got a key features summary, all right? And it's still processing, but once this is processed, we should also get an admin fee percentage in this column as well. All right, so you can see there's our percentage. It's now finished. The processing status is now complete and it's finished. And I've got my admin percentage fees here. Okay, let's have a look at what else we can do. I want to now ask a question. Now, one of the improvements that's coming to these agents is the ability for us to be able to interact or have these agents grounded in the metadata as well. All right. So if we have a look at my product type here, I might say, let's see if we can find the product for a retail superannuation fund. Can you get me our retail super funds, please? All right, so let's interact with this. This information here, you can see I've got retail superannuation fund as a product type. So let's see what we come back with. We should come back with Colonial First State, which is good. And we should come back with MLC. Both are our retail super funds. Now, what about, I only want to focus on retail super funds that have a fee percentage of lower than, let's say, higher than 0.3. Only with an admin fee of greater than 0.3. All right, and let's see what we come back with, because again, this is added, or the contents of this is in the column here. So we can see MLC, this is higher than 0.3, and it is dropped off the Colonial First State because that's not meeting my criteria. You'll also notice when we open our knowledge agent is that we can set up rules. So let's have a look and set up a rule. Again, we're in our new experience here. What I want to do is I want to send an email when a new file is added. And let's ask the agent, right? So again, send an email when a new file is added, and automatically our rules dialog box opens up, all right? When a new file is added, always, or we can have an if condition here. So I'll say always send an email to me, create, done, all right? Our new rule has now been created. What about if we say, when a product type changes, right? So when a product, let's say when the value in the product type column changes, send me an email. All right. So again, we're interacting here with the agent, but we're utilizing the metadata column. All right. So let's have a look. When the value in a product type column changes, send me an email. Again, we are opening up our rules, and this has been pre-populated. So when a file is modified, if product type changes and the new value is anything, send an email to me. Pretty accurate, exactly what I asked for. And I'll hit create. All right. So being able to set up these rules as well using Copilot and this new knowledge agent becomes really, really easy and straightforward for us. What about if we want to create a new view? So again, I'm going to select my knowledge agent. Let's click on create a new view. Can you sort the products from largest, sort the products from highest to lowest based on the admin fee percentage. Okay, let's have a look. All right, so can you sort the products from highest to lowest based on the admin fee percentage? And you can see we've got an accurate view here. All right, product by admin fee, high to low. Let's save our changes. And let's save our changes to the current view, and we'll hit save. You'll notice that the all documents view, because I selected the current view, that has added that and done that to the current view. All right, so I deliberately did that. So if I go back and go create new view, can you sort the products based on the admin fee percentage column from lowest to highest? All right, so let's do the reverse here, and let's see what we get. All right, so knowledge agent, looking at the data, looking at this column, and we have got an accurate view here. and sorting. I'm going to save my changes, but this time I'm going to create a new view. Save. And let's have a look. We've got all documents and all documents though, right? So a little bit different, right? All documents, all documents. What I would do is I would just edit the name of this. So I'll go edit current view, or sorry, I wouldn't do that. I would rename this view, right? So I'll go all docs. We can see that this is highest to lowest. I would jump in here, rename this view, and I'll say products, and I'll just put in brackets here. What have we got? Highest to lowest. Highest to lowest admin fee. And we will save that, all right? Hit refresh. Products, highest to lowest, admin fee, and then I've got my all docs, which is sorted by lowest to highest and reversed. Okay, so now let's have a look at actually creating some pages with our new knowledge agent. So I'm going to just jump back onto my home page. I'm going to hit the knowledge agent again, and we can actually create a page. So let's click on create page. We've got a news post, we've got a new page, and we can go ahead now and create our pages, right, as well from our knowledge agent. Let's create a news post, right? And I'm just going to select a template. Let's create a training page for let's say compliance training featuring sections on video, description, and training leads. We could add some resources and upload some docs for some better results and some better grounding in content. We can change the tone of voice here. Let's say enthusiastic, and I want a longer page, all right? So a news post. So it's going to create this as a private draft, and let's hit create. So what Copilot's going to do here is build out our page for us based on that prompt, right? So you can see here, it is starting to build the page out, saving as a private draft. We've got our first section, and incrementally what's going to happen here is we're creating the title section. You can see down the bottom here. So we could stop it or press the escape key to stop as well. And it will continue on and build out our sections as we go along. So single column, we've got training, compliance and training hub. It's now drafting the content for the description section. So 2 of 4, all right? So you can see that we're going to end up with 4 sections here, and we are just looking at that as live and dynamic as the page is being created. So here we go. The second section has done, and we've got the third section being written now. So we've got our left-hand side, all right? And then we've also got the right-hand side being built down here. Now this is actually being pulled from other information as well. Because I didn't give it additional references and resources, it's actually build this out as well. All right, so we can see that I've actually got where it's got all of those people from. I have no idea, which is interesting. And then we'll go and we'll have a look at this. So let's have a look. We're going to keep this, all right? And let's have a look. So we can see that we can just delete all of these. These are just made up, all right? So these aren't people in my organization. So there we go. And we've got our images down the bottom here. So creating a page through our knowledge agent as well. I would suggest, or this is a news article, I would suggest giving it as much context as we possibly can. So you remember, if we go into news post and we let's create a newsletter page, add resources for better results, right? So if you can add more context, context is king whenever we're prompting. Make sure we give as much context as we possibly can so that first pass gets us to a really good outcome as well. So there we go. Quick run through, deep dive of our new knowledge agent that is in preview at the moment. Just the start, exciting times to come. Thanks for watching. See you next time.